first question, Miss Nazeehah, if you could introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about where you were at when you began your internship here at the center, what school you were attending, and what degree you were seeking at the time.
So I'm Nazeehah Khan. I'm a policy analyst currently with the state in California. At the time of my internship, which was in 2016, I had graduated from Manoa with my undergrad. That was in political science, and I did a minor in Islamic studies. And I was just kind of interning around, and I had applied to HPU and gotten in for grad school, but I was taking a year to like sort of just save up for grad school. And in that meantime, I interned at APCSS. So that's sort of where I was at. I didn't end up going to HPU for grad school. I ended up going to Cambridge in England, which is courtesy of my mentor actually at APCSS, because I told him I was going to HPU. He was like, "Did you think about England?" And I was like, "There's no way me being from Hawaii, like I'm gonna get into grad school in England." And he was like, "Just apply. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen?" So I applied and I got in, and I ended up not going to HPU and going to Cambridge. And I did my master's in political international relations and politics.
If you could, what are some of your most memorable moments at APCSS?
Honestly, I feel like the internship experience was just the camaraderie between the interns was so great. There was something we would do at the end of every course that was like international night. And I mean, we had fellows from everywhere, and they would just like play music, and we'd have food from all the different regions. And I remember that being like a highlight for me because yeah, we got to know everybody in like an academic sense, but on the international night, everybody was like dressed in their own attire, and it was just one of my favorite things about courses.
What is unique about the volunteer program here at the DKI APCSS?
I think I've done a few internships. I was at like the Pacific and Asian Affairs Council and at the Department of State in DC, but APCSS was my favorite internship. I felt like we were so integrated into the program, and I didn't feel so much like an intern. Like I didn't have to go like get coffee or like do any of like the small tasks. Like we were so a part of the faculty and so a part of like the courses and structuring the courses. And yeah, I think that was unique about it, that I didn't feel like an intern when I was interning. Mm-hmm.
And for my final question, where are you now, and how did your time at the DKI APCSS influence your path to get there?
So I'm a policy analyst now in Sacramento, California. We work on foster care policy. My long-term goal is definitely to get back into like Asia Pacific and international security and that kind of policy or that kind of research. I think being at APCSS sort of cemented that for me because it was a good mix of theoretical and practical. Like in undergrad and grad school, there's all this theoretical focus on the Asia Pacific region and all of this, but then being at APCSS was so like hands-on, and I had like an image in my head of what I could actually do with the information that I got from school. So I definitely wanted to get back into that, and part of working in policy now is for me to like work on my research skills and stuff. And then Sham, of course, like I work so closely with Sham, and we would talk all the time, even just like about like my career or like my education path, and hearing the life experience he's had working in the Asia Pacific region, and especially in South Asia, which is my focus, and knowing what kind of opportunities are out there through his mentorship and it being possible because he would write me letters of recommendation. He had all this life experience that he would share, all this like career advice, and also talking to like other faculty there. Part of why I agreed to do this internship was, part of why I agreed to do this interview was because I like genuinely had such a good experience at APCSS, and nobody in my family like went to college or like really had like a career, and I got a lot of direction, I think, interning there. So yeah, I credit APCSS a lot for the way that my life has sort of panned out. I mean, there's no way I would have gone to Cambridge if it wasn't for Sham, or like if it wasn't for like the confidence I got interning at APCSS.
Ross, it was an honor to meet you.
Absolutely. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this. And
yeah.
be blessed. I hope your experience out there in California is a good one.
Thank you. Thank you so much.